welcome back to the second video. So we're gonna start a new sheet. And this sheet right here is gonna be how to code summary queries. Oops. Perfect. Alrighty. Let the fun begin. All right. So we actually did one of our summary queries, which was a count statement. So count statement, you guys seen that? I was using it in the last video. Count everything is a way to, capture everything. What's the total amount of rows or column, whatever data that's out there. Some other ones that we can learn about is aggregate functions. We can learn about count, which is total number of rows. It could be a total number of, well, that's basically all it is. The other thing we could have is an average. Means what? Average. So it could be like total number of rows divided by, we'll say the total value divided by the total number of rows to give you an average. Let's see, sum. This gives you a summary, a sum of values. So let's say that you have a column that has money or decimals and you have X amount of dollars. So it's just a total sum of all values. And that could be a lot of things. Min. The minimum or lowest number in a row, column. And then max is the opposite, the highest number in a column. So we'll talk about those guys as well. We'll find something to use as a comparison. Let's see what we can do here. Trying to find myself. All right, let's find a table that we can use here. So let's do. Let's go over to the EX table. Let's see what we got over here. Yep, we got some stuff. I'm looking for ready. All right, so let's do this. Do use EX. Let me select everything from paid invoices. As you can see, I'm not really prepared to give you all this stuff. I'm just kind of doing it on a whim. So bear with me. All right, select from paid invoices. Why didn't I like that? There we go. All right. All right, we could do this one. All right, so let's start with the min. So if I did select, you put the function name, which is min, around the column that you want to search on. So it has to be, if you're using a min or a max, it has to be a number or a decimal. So it could be, it can't be this because this is a string. So it could be the vendor ID, it could be invoice total, payment total, credit total, terms ID, but it can't be anything else. So we'll say, give me the minimum number on vendor ID from paid invoices. Now, when you eyeball this, it's 81. So let's see what it gives us. What? All right. Do it right. I didn't even see a 31 there. Oh, okay. So there's, I thought that was, when I did it, I thought it was just an assortment of it. All right, so that's beautiful. That's because I thought it was just the 5 rows. I was like, oh, okay. All right, so 31, that's right. So that is the lowest number. So that means it's the lowest number on there. So how can you verify it? I'm happy you ask. So you could come up here and say order by vendor ID. Yeah. And we could do ascending order. that'll be our lowest to highest. And that's weird. Okay, there it is, 34. So 34 is the lowest. Now the highest seems to be 123. So if you want to do max, you type in max. Same thing. 123. You see how that works? So let's copy that there. I'll just show you the minMax. Let's see here. So now let's see average. We could do average. Let's see. What do we want to do average on now? All right. So let's do this. Let's copy it. Let's do average, and let's do it on payment total. Paid invoices. So what it'll do is it'll come up with the average amount, which is this guy here, $1,968.24. You can't see it because it is really small. I can barely see it. I'm not sure why I can't move this in. Just gonna make it big screen. I don't like how it's so small. Anyways, that's your average. Summary, we can do summary. Let's do something else though. So we can sum, let's do payment total. Let's do 121. So let's do this real quick. Select all from paid invoices where vendor ID equals 122, I'll say instead. And I run this. I'm recording this, right? Yeah. So we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 invoices, payment total, probably a lot of money. So let's do this right here. We could do select sum payment total from paid invoices where payment total, oh, let me think about it. Oh, okay, duh. Had a brain fart. Vendor ID equals 122. All right. So this will give us a total summary of all that. And it gives us that amount right there. Now, what I could do here is if I wanted to add a column to that, like say for example, I wanted to say, oh, you know what, give me the invoice ID too, while you're at it. And you know what, give me the payment date. Okay. I could, now I'll show you this won't work when I run it. Oh, it did work. Well, it's not SQL Server. SQL Server usually has to do a group by. Anyways, as you see here as the, okay, so here's something. It has the sum payment total. Now that looks awful. So what I want to do is to put the name of the column I want to call it. So I'll say summary payment total. So now when I run it, at least I'll get some data back. And I'll have the column I called it. So I call it summary payment total. It has that information there. Invoice, the payment date. So total summary was $18,938.22. So that function adds all that information up for me. I'm not going to do count because we've already did count once. So we have an idea what it is. So there's also, you could do the min-max. Now I lied to you guys, it's only on numbers, but you can do it in MySQL on other things as well. So let's see here. Customers. Let's try it on customers. Oops, don't want to do that. Let's see if it works. So select min customers. From, that's not what I want. customer last name from customer, sorry. Oh, it's getting late and I'm getting tired. There we go. Anders. So it's Anders' last name. So let's do this. Select all customers. Order by last name. And that should be ascending. So it shows at least. And it's Anders. So you see what I mean? It gives you the minimum value for last name as well. So that's special. Let's see, we did average. What else? There's not a lot going on here. So we talked about where clause. We didn't talk about group by. So let's come down here. So we have paid invoices. So let's do customers. So let's say that we have select customer. We're only going to give some of the values. Last name is the customer ID. Customer last name. Customer first name. And we'll just do state. That's it. Then we'll do from name of the table, which is customers. And we'll just run this query real quick. We get the data, we get the states, perfect. All right, now what do we want to do here is we want to have a group by. Group by, make sure it's, if we had duplicates, it would remove the duplicate and only show the single value. So you do a group by, and we'll say, we'll group on the customer ID, like that. Oops, good to take that off there. And I'll group it by that. And there you go. Now, if we had it like a conditioning, a having condition, we could put having we could have a having clause of some sort. It could be like having something is greater than something. Let's say having the average. Oh, we can't use that one. Let's use a different table then. We can't use it that way. Maybe paid invoices again. I'm gonna use paid invoices instead. I'll do invoice ID. We'll do invoice number. We'll do invoice date. And we'll do payment total. All right, perfect. And now we can say from paid invoices, and we could group on the invoice ID. Like that. So let's query this real quick. There we go. All right, so now we have a group. Let's do having average. Having the average payment total. Greater than, let's say less than $200. And then you could do order by, in this case here, we'll say invoice date. We'll do it descending. All right, I don't know if it likes it. Oh, gotta take that out. There we go. All right, so it gives us everything that the payment total is less than $200. As you can see here, we could do an order by, invoice, due date. Let's do payment total instead. And let's run this query. And as you see here, we have anything less than 200 bucks. That's how you do that. I think I need caffeine right now. I'm going to sleep while I'm doing this. All right. What else we got, guys? Let's see here. Go to my notes. I think we're not on joins yet. I think we're not ready for that. Yeah, some of the stuff in this chapter can be a little complicated. We're not gonna make it less complicated. When we talk about roll-ups, I'm not gonna talk about that right now because I don't think it's necessary. And overs as well. If it becomes a problem, we'll talk about it. But I think these guys right here is, yeah, just check my notes. That's all we need to know right now. It's just this small little bit amount. So it's a good amount of work to keep us busy. Thanks for watching, guys. If you have any questions, you gotta reach me. Reach me on Slack. One thing I want to update is, as you guys know, I work a lot of hours. So usually I'm pretty good at getting back to you on Slack when possible, but usually Saturday and Sunday. Don't hold on. If you want to get a hold of me, do it Friday. Saturday and Sunday, I usually do something with my family or whatever the case is, and I'm gone all day. So for example, this upcoming Saturday, I got plans, and then Sunday going to the Steelers game. So I won't say I'll be dead, but I'll be not reachable all weekend. So Monday through Friday is the best time to reach out to me, especially if you have a question when you work on your assignment. If it's something that's due Sunday night and you really wanted to get a hold of me on Saturday and you couldn't get a hold of me, I'll give you extra time to get it done. So anyways, just wanted to point that out. Thanks for watching. Talk to you soon.